Hey guys, this is Spider with another video toy review. This time we're looking at Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Scout Class Ejector. I've been looking for this guy for probably the last month since I've seen him start hitting. Finally picked him up. Only two on the shelf, so I think they just stocked. Grabbed both of them, one for me and one for Brownie. So I hope he appreciates his little present since he's been looking for him too. He is looking for him for a different reason than me. I collect Transformers that turn into weird stuff like toasters and microscopes and Thomas the Tank Engine. He's picking it up because he's a fan of the Brave Little Toaster movies. Or I guess movie. I think there was a sequel. I don't know. Anyways, intentionally as an homage, or I guess a reference, you can see his courage is a 10. While the rest of his stuff is very low to mediocre, his courage is the highest you can get. He is a brave little toaster indeed. Not much going on the alt mode. I mean, it's a toaster. What are you expecting? It's not gonna have guns or anything. Lots of cuts in the body, like our good friend Ratchet. We have 4 little slots for bread if it, were to be a real toaster, which is not, obviously. Little extension cord, probably UK or something, connected by a little piece of string. The string is kind of stiff, but not enough to really get any poses out of it. This side, more of the cuts because he's symmetrical. Semi, got a power switch, and I guess a darkness selector knob, which it doesn't matter. His profile says he likes to just burn things. To show how his alt mode stacks up with other figures, we have him with another Scout, Scalpel, who, like I said, microscopes. I like weird things. And not so weird, but I needed a deluxe class to compare to. That was average. Skids, who actually looks really good under this lighting. I'm going to have to remember this setup and use it from now on. He's pretty much a Scout-sized toy. He doesn't have any real action features. I mean, at least Scalpel does a little ratchet up and down thing, and ransacks a biplane, and Skids is, well, a car. Transformation's pretty simple, but I kind of like it because the robot mode does look pretty swell, even though that's not what I bought the toy for. I can't believe I just said swell on video. That's Peachy King, guys. I've just figured this guy out without the instructions for once. He seemed interesting enough that I just figured him out. First thing, I flipped out the legs and spun the calves around. You flip out his little tippy toes there. The back panel unplugs and slides down. Flip the front of the toaster to the back. Mine has some problems with the joints. They like to pop out a lot. He also has a really bad loose arm here, and I'll show you once I finish transforming him. Get the arms pop out, hands unfold. That, pop out his other arm. He's a little Vishnu or a Ganesh or some other Indian four-armed god that I don't worship. And there we have Ejector in all of his robot mode glory. He does have some issues standing up and looking straight ahead due to not having any real feet to speak of. He can take some pretty wide stance poses, though. Show the posability real quick. The secondary arms just swivel. Have little hand detail in there. The elbows have a hinge in the back of them and a ball socket. Here's where I was saying mine's a little foobar. You get this arm. Well, now, of course, that's on video. It's not going to do it. But it kind of, when it gets to a certain point on the ball, it will just kind of flop. But it's not doing it now, so maybe it worked itself out. His primary hands do open and close. He can hold stuff, kind of, if you wanted to put something. Nice little creepy head. You can see, oh, forgot to push this up. That's why you can see through all the way. There we go. His head will move around so he can chomp on stuff. He's got ball sockets in the hips, but the panel kibble doesn't allow for a whole lot of movement there. I guess kind of a knee, rotate, and a little tail. For robot mode size comparisons, here's again next to Scalpel. They're about the same size. Scalpel, of course, has less articulation and is more gangly, but he's still a pretty nice figure. I keep him in microscope mode most of the time, though, just because that's what I bought him for. And here's Deluxe Mudflap, if the drunk will stand. Of course, he's taller. He's a deluxe. You spend more, you get more. Overall, I am really happy that I finally found Ejector, and I hope that if you find him, you pick him up, and you enjoy him, and don't scalp him on eBay like a D-bag, because D-bags get punished very, very badly.
Who likes extra crispy?